I used to get bullied all throughout junior high and early high school. And I remember it was never physical until this one day. I remember I was sitting at a group of table with my friends at the time, and one of them just said something mean to me. He said something mean to me, and I heard this advice online of like how to deal with bullying, and it was like say something back, like clap back at them. And so I remember I said something back to him, and he like flipped his lunch tray onto me, and it like got all over my clothes. I remember we were walking to class and all my friends were just like laughing, making fun of me, friends, right? And I just remember feeling so much anger. I remember I had my head down in class and I was like crying, and I like called my, I didn't call my dad. I texted my dad. I was like, hey, I'm not feeling good. Could you check me out? And I went home and I tried to hide my tears. I was like putting my jacket over my clothes so he didn't see it. And I got in the shower and I just started crying so much, bro. I realized like that I had to lock in. I had to like start going to the gym so I can build muscle and so like no one would mess with me. And then a few years later, I became known as like that guy with the muscle at school because I just locked in so hard on the gym, right? And I remember it was like I was a sheep in wolf's clothing. I know the saying is the other way around, like a wolf in sheep's clothing. I was like a sheep in wolf's clothing. I was the kind of guy who was never attracting girls, always getting disrespected. And then I built the physique and I was like able to attract girls and I wasn't getting disrespected anymore. And I'll never forget one day I was like in the bathroom taking a piss or whatever. And I remember I was going to wash my hands or walk out or something. And this dude just complimented my physique. He was like, whoa, big guy, blah, blah. And I remember walking, I was like, holy shit. Like, I used to get disrespected so much, but now I'm like, I feel the respect, but I feel like a sheep in wolf's clothing. And the reason why I felt like this is because of trauma. Trauma sounds like this gay little thing that like some white girl would talk about on TikTok about her ex, like, oh, he was narcissistic, traumatized, blah, blah, blah. Like, but now that I've done research, I've read on it, and I've actually healed a lot from trauma, I have seen significant benefits. So what is trauma and why should you care about it? The ways we get trauma could be things like getting bullied in school, your parents being like verbally abusive, hitting you, stuff like that. Or it can be something really bad, like you can imagine the people who go to war and they see someone like pass away, like you get what I mean. And so trauma is like this permanent scar that you will carry for the rest of your life. And so there's so many reasons why you should care about trying to heal this trauma that you don't even realize is affecting you. But one of the biggest reasons that I want to touch on in this video is because of your ability to set goals. Like when you've been abused by your family or maybe you got bullied, you can still like set the long-term goal. Like you could still go to the gym, but you have this voice in your brain, like your nervous system is literally constantly telling you like, oh no, you're not good enough, oh, you're worthless, no, you can't do that. Like imagine you're trying to level up like your game with women, let's say, like you're trying to become more charismatic to talking to people, but you have this stupid ass little voice in your brain just because like your father beat you or something when you were a kid, and now it's always saying like, no, you're a loser, you're worthless, like you can't do that, you can't do that. Like your nervous system is constantly telling you that no, you're not good enough, you'll never be good enough, there's no point in even trying. Like you're an ambitious guy, you want to be like the top 0.1% of men, and that's awesome, but your brain is literally working against you. Like your success in this world is limited all because of this stupid ass little voice in your brain just saying this dumb shit like you're not good enough and there's no point in setting this goal and you'll never achieve it. Your success is now limited. Like it's this stupid ass little voice, the sheep in wolf's clothing, that is constantly saying like, hey, do you remember when your caregiver, your father hit you? Do you remember when he said this verbally like abusive thing to you? You're worthless. You remember when the bullies like bullied you and they said you're a loser? Like there's no point in even trying. By the way, if you've been watching me for a while and you enjoy my content and you want personal like one-on-one access to me, go check out top link in the description for our school community. So how do we actually heal from this? One of the best things that you can do starting today, like literally right now after this video, to heal from trauma is to start meditating. So here's how meditating works. When you meditate, you focus on your breath. So I want you to try and do this practice with me. Try and focus on your breath. Like close your eyes right now and do this with me. Take a deep ass breath. And so as you're focusing on your breath, you're going to get some random bullshit thought. Your nervous system constantly has these like scared thoughts like, oh my God, the tribe is going to remove me. It's like this primal sense because you have this weird sense of trauma, right? And when you meditate off of that, like you go back to focusing on your breath, you're basically teaching your nervous system, your brain, that no, these thoughts aren't an emergency. Like your nervous system is literally like in such a high stress mode because of this weird trauma. Like if you're bullied or you were abused by your parents, it's constantly thinking like, oh my God, the tribe is gonna remove me. I don't have any value. I'm worthless. I'm a loser, blah, blah, blah. Like as I've gotten really consistent in meditating, like I meditate like 5 to 10 minutes every single day, I can now look at my insecure and anxious thoughts that I get from, having some sense of trauma, and I control them. I don't let it control me. I will repeat myself. I don't let these thoughts control me anymore. I control them. I control them in a way that will actually serve me. It's such a weird thought. Most people, their thoughts, their insecure, anxious thoughts, it doesn't serve them. It constantly controls them and makes it to where they can't set these big ass ambitious goals because their father beat them or something, right? But when you meditate, it's like you finally unlock this sense of control over your brain. Every time you do the rep, every time you go back to focusing on your breath, that is you gaining the XP and leveling up that sense of control for your brain. So when you have this sense of trauma, you level that up, and now you can actually use those thoughts to grow you. Like let's say you set some ambitious ass goal. You want to chase this dream business, the online business, or maybe you want to get this like high level S degree. That is awesome, right? You want to try and make 6 figures, or you want to get the physique, whatever. You set some ambitious goal. And let's say you got really consistent in meditating. Now you can realize you have so many insecure and anxious thoughts. It was like this underlying sickness that you never realized. And you can just kind of look at them for like, it's like saying like, oh, no, I'm worthless. And you can kind of just respond to it like, no, bro, you're not worthless. You're not like your younger self anymore. Like when you're constantly indulging in these insecure and anxious thoughts in a way that'll harm you, it just like reinforces it basically. You're training your nervous system to just like remind itself like, hey, you're a loser. Hey, you're worthless. You get what I mean? If you watch this deep into this video, you honestly have my respect, because if I went back in time and told younger Carson about trauma, bro, he would be like, oh, that's gay. It's like, I've never been shot or stabbed. Like, I don't have trauma. But dude, this is one of the biggest bottlenecks to your success. Like, this is one of the biggest limits to your success, because you constantly have these thoughts like, no, I can't do that. I'm not good enough to go after this goal, the business, the career, whatever. And I also really hope you implement my advice with like meditating. I'll never forget, I randomly came across meditating when I started like reading a bunch of books and watching all these like spiritual kind of teachers, dopamine detox, all this stuff. And I never realized it would help with so much stuff. Meditating is such a powerful habit to start. It helps you heal trauma. It helps with your like attention span. It helps you like heal from insecure and anxious thoughts. It helps you actually be able to control them instead of letting them control you. Like imagine I never meditated and I tried to go onto YouTube and record me like talking, giving advice to like hundreds of guys, and I never meditated. I would constantly have that voice saying like, no, the tribe is gonna kick me out, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But I could just sit here, and it's like I still have those thoughts because it is like a permanent scar. Like trauma is a permanent scar, but the cool thing is that I don't let it control me anymore. I control the thought. That is such an amazing thing to say. You break the chains of letting it control you. Like your ability to chase success is limited, all because you haven't worked on this. And it's honestly kind of easy to heal from it. Obviously, if it's something very traumatic, like almost dying, it's going to be a lot harder. But if it's something more easy, like verbal and physical abuse from your parents and getting bullied, you get what I mean. Like meditating can help so much with that. And if you watch this deep and you got a lot of value out of this, and you just want my personal one-on-one help with like how do I implement meditating and all this other stuff that I talk about on my channel, go check out top link in the description for our school community, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.